This is your 2020 Nissan Rogue. We're specifically with the SV Tech Package. Before we get started, a huge thanks to the team at Woodchester Nissan out in Mississauga, which is where I'm from, for hooking me up with the vehicle. Thank you so much, guys and gals. There will be a link in the description to all of their contact information. So if you're in the greater Toronto area looking for a new or used Nissan vehicle, give them a call, check out their site. They might just have exactly what you need. So Quirks, Irks, and Irks, everyone who gets a 2020 Nissan Rogue gets an LED day runner. Here's a little quirk. There's a secondary, it's not a light, it's more of a pattern. A little boomerang there. So I think that's kind of cool. Halogen turn signals, halogen lights, halogen fog lights. If you jump up to the SL trim, which is their top trim, your halogen regular lights turn into LED lights magically. Not really magically, but you know what I mean. There's the V-Motion grille. I don't mind it in chrome if it's against black. I think it looks a little weird on other colors, but just that black and chrome gives it a nice clean look, and it's kind of classy, kind of modern. Speaking of modern, with the tech package, you get upgraded 18-inch wheels, and I love the classic 5-spoke with a little bit of modern flair at the ends. So full marks there for me as far as the rim design goes. Here's a quirk in the turn signal, in the mirror. There's a little boomerang shape. So well done there, Nissan, on that nice long design continuum that we'll see throughout the vehicle. There's a look at the side profile. No problems with it. I think it looks nice. No, I'm not saying nice. It looks very modern, and I'm very curious to see what the 2021 all-new Rogue looks like. But for now, this one is just fine. No issues with it at all. Let's go around to the rear. So you get a spoiler up top, and these aren't quite side spoilers. But I think it helps with wind resistance. There's that little panel here, and instead of it being flush against the rear window, it kind of just has a bit of a little gap there. So nicely done. Let's back up, take a look at the full rear of the vehicle. Single tailpipe on the driver's side. I wish there was a dummy one on the passenger side, just for symmetry, because, well, that's what I like. Let's open up the trunk, take a quick look. So I will put your cargo figures on the bottom side of the screen. Bottom, let's go that side. So 1,112 is what you're looking at. You push the seats down, 1,982. So Nissan's got this cool divide and hide system. I won't show you all of it because it's been in the Rogue, sorry, for many, many years. And it's still cool though. So basically this one comes up and it's on, I'll show you right here. It's on straps, so it's not gonna fly away from you. Give you a look from the top. So basically you can put the top tray here or there or at the bottom. I'll give you a quick look of what it's like when it's flat down to the bottom. So you can see there's a gap there, and then we'll quickly pull it up to the second shelf, which is your primary shelf. And then basically what you're gonna do, you take the handle, sorry, I was a little quick there, and you lift it and you pull it all the way up and you push it all the way back. And that's how you get some taller items in the back there. And the same thing happens with this. There's only two ways you can adjust it. The one we were just at, and then the one that's a little flatter and further down. You can see there's that spot there. And if you want to have some more privacy for, let's say, whatever you put in there, that's how you do it. I think it's a really cool, innovative design. Even though it's a few years old, it's still very cool, very sharp, very modern, and I really, really like it. So let's get that back to the way we had it. Hey, if I can do it with one hand, anyone can do it with one hand. So again, there's another combination, and you can also again put it flat down. All right, let's close it up. That's gonna wrap the outside up. Took a little longer than I thought, but the divide and hide is totally worth it. Okay, we'll be right back with a look at the inside of the 2020 Nissan Rogue. Starting with the rear seats of the 2020 Nissan Rogue, there is a lot to like back here, specifically that the seat bottoms are on rails, so you get your passenger side and you get your driver's side split. And because they're on rails, you can see just how much of a difference there is between all the way forward and all the way backward. In addition to that, that seat back is all the way forward. This one's all the way back. So really there's plenty of different configurations as far as different shapes and sizes of people and what you're carrying. Nice one pull tab, get the seat brought down all the way. Not entirely flat, mostly flat. I'd give that, I don't know, a little over 180, maybe 190 degrees, if 180 degrees is flat. Anyways, another benefit of having the seats being on rails, you push these both all the way up, you get that much more cargo space in the rear. So well done, Nissan Rogue. Put that seat back up, And as we take another look back here, you get a couple of vents, a nice clean design line here, a little bit of storage there, a little bit of storage there for your drinks, and your window button. There's a look up front, and speaking of up front, let's jump right in. Again, being a carryover model, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Just going to go over some highlights. Flat bottom steering wheel, great for ingress as well as egress. No, it's not for racing, but still good overall. Seats, thigh bolsters, not great. Side bolsters, full marks there. And yes, these are Nissan's remarkable and famous zero gravity seats. And to me, they're one of the most comfortable in the industry, specifically for the crossover slash CUV, SUV market. So I love these seats. If I could put these in my office, I absolutely would. Let's get in the vehicle, start her up, and take a quick look at what happens. So there's your dashboard. There is your start stop button right there. So let's reach around it and take a look. Nice little Nissan graphic there. Dials go all the way to one side, all the way to the other, and let's get the signal off. So a little bit of digital in the middle, analog on the sides, easy to read, really, really well done, Nissan. Going back to it again, this is the SV Tech package, so you get the ProPilot Assist, and we'll get into more of that on the driving portion of the video. Heated steering wheel comes with this package as well. Really, really nice, and just it's a nice clean look. I don't have any issues with it. Steering wheel feels good. Tilt and telescopic to get you in the right spot for yourself. Let's slide over here. Everybody gets a 7-inch screen. Difference here is you get navigation, and that comes with the SV Tech package as well as the top trim SL. It's an old design. It's been used quite a bit, but it works. And I think the 2021 Rogue, which is going to be an all new bottom up, left, right, top down, everything you could think of redesign, we'll have a different type of infotainment, probably closer to the new Altima and new Sentra. But for now, 2020 Rogue still has functionality. Touchscreen is great. You're flanked by 8 buttons on each side, couple of dials here, couple of dials there. And thankfully, the infotainment, sorry, the HVAC controls are so easy to use. No guessing, and a nice big auto button in the middle. A little bit of storage there, and it's tilted downwards. Let's see if we can give you a better look. Yeah, so it's tilted down, and that just makes sure things don't go flying all over the place. You got your 3 power sources there, your auxiliary, your USB, as well as your cigarette lighter adapter. Maybe I'm showing my age by saying that. Anyways, regular rear view mirror, not too bad. Top trim SL gives you, I believe, the auto dimming one. Sunglasses holder. Big, massive panoramic sunroof here on the SV Tech package. Lets lots of light in, and you can see where it stops, which is just at the end of the rear seats. So all your passengers are getting lots of light if they so choose, or you can close the shade up and nobody gets light, whatever you want to do. As far as comfort here goes, again, the seats are great. Steering wheel position is great. I love the flat bottom steering wheel. It gets a little peculiar if you're not used to it. Again, I get these cars for only a few days at a time. So when I'm doing my hand over hand, it's just a little weird not to feel that extra round aspect here and just flat. But if you're leasing or financing or buying this car outright, I think you'll get used to it fairly quickly. Thankfully, none of those silly paddle shifters, but Nissan does have your manual mode. So slip it over to the left and up for upshift and back for downshift. I don't really care for that. Again, it attracts fingerprints and a little bit of dust, but I think they missed a branding opportunity there. They should have had a Nissan logo just like that one right on top of there. Okay, my 2 cents on that. Your heated seats and cup holders and another little bit of storage. Oh, there's the wire for the microphone. Let's get rid of that. Everything's there. So again, nice and easy to find and to work with. All right, that's going to wrap up the inside of the 2020 Rogue. Let's get this out on the road. Let's straighten up the steering wheel for a good ending shot. And we'll be right back. Let's do the drive 2020 Nissan Rogue. All Rogues get the same power plant, and that is the very familiar 2.5-liter engine, 4 cylinders, 170 horsepower, 175 pound-feet of torque. And that's all run through Nissan's CVT. So you love it, you hate it. I don't think anyone tolerates it. I'm used to it now. It's been a few years since Nissan's had these in their vehicles. And yes, your revs run higher and higher and higher the heavier your right foot happens to be, because there's no traditional gears, because it is a CVT. So I don't mind the extra revving and whining out of the engine. I usually have the music on, so it kind of drowns it out. As far as driving feel and dynamics go, it's a Nissan Rogue. It's comfortable. It's relatively quiet. Cornering handling, as good as it can be for a vehicle with a higher center of gravity. Zero gravity seats, one of my favorites in the industry. They're so comfortable, and I don't know how Nissan's managed to do it, but they have, and they do it very, very well. So if you're looking for a road trip vehicle, the Rogue should be up there. The interior design, great. Infotainment system, 7 inches of screen, touchscreen, responsive, pretty great. And HVAC controls, easy to operate. Heated seats, you got to put your arm back a little bit to get to it, but not the end of the world. Good old first world problems. Flat bottom steering wheel. I know you can't see it now. When I take a turn, you should be able to see it. Or if you watch the first part of the video, it's in there. Takes a little bit of getting used to when you're doing your hand over hand, but it's good for ingress and egress. As far as fuel efficiency goes, the gas tank holds 55 liters regular fuel, and your fuel figures are 7.5 liters for the highway and 9.6 liters for city conditions, and your blended total amounts to 8.5. Not too bad for a vehicle in this class that's not a hybrid vehicle. As far as safety features go, every single Rogue gets rear cross traffic alert, it gets blind spot monitoring, it gets forward collision warning, and intelligent emergency braking. And the higher up the ladder you go, the more safety options and features you get. I'm just going to stop the car here for a quick moment, take a quick peek at my notes, because I can't remember everything. Most things, yes. Everything, no. So this comes with a tech package, as I think I've mentioned 4 or 5 times. My apologies for being repetitive on that. So tech package for $3,000 as of April 2020. To me, it's absolutely worth it. 1,000%. Or 3,000% to match $3,000, because you get 18-inch wheels, navigation, round view monitor, which is another word for 360 cam, heated leather steering wheel, motion activated lift gate. That's where you put your foot underneath, kick it if your hands are full, and it opens up. Rear sonar, ProPilot Assist, which is absolutely fantastic. I think I've done a separate video on that, which I will link to in the description if you want to take a look at that. Big, massive panoramic sunroof, moonroof, sorry, as Nissan calls it. Rear intelligent emergency braking, and moving object detection. So for me, $3,000, absolutely worth it. Again, as of April right now, the SV comes in at $31,698. Fluctuate that price a little bit as we go further and further down the calendar line, but let's call it 32 plus $3,000 for that massive package, 35 grand. To me, again, absolutely worth it. Overall, the Rogue, it's aged well. Some older vehicles have not aged so well, but there is a 2021 Rogue coming out. It was supposed to be this summer, given what's happening in the world. I think we're going to push that back. I'm not Nissan, but I think the vehicle is going to be pushed back to, let's say, late 2020 or maybe even early 2021. And I've seen a couple of pictures. Looks pretty wildly different than what you see here. But we're in April of 2020 right now. The Nissan Rogue is a fantastic offering in its class. It does very well. I think it's got very comfortable rear seats. The configuration of the rear seats, the sliding of the seat bottoms, and the tilting of the seat backs make it a really strong player in the market. Bit of an irk with the CVT for some people. Again, I've driven so many Nissan vehicles with it that I'm used to it now, and it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. All right, any questions on the 2020 Nissan Rogue, please let me know. I will get them answered as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Be safe, be healthy, be well, and I'll be back sooner than later with my next review.